Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special edition of the FYR podcast. I am your host, Michael Wright, and today got a special episode lined up for you. I got my big brother Stevie Ray in the building, and also my boy Matt Chappelle. Everybody, what's good, y'all? How y'all feeling today, man?
What's up, brother? Another
man,
day in paradise, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matt, what's good with you, fella?
Man, you know me. I'm over here holding on like a hubcap in the fast lane, man, on this crazy rainy day.
Yes, sir. All right. So the purpose of today's show, we are going to recap our time last weekend in Arlington, Texas at Starrcast. But before that, the wrestling world is reeling right now with the loss of one Hulk Hogan. And there have been mixed reactions to Mr. Hogan passing away. Seen a lot of people going back and forth about how you should feel about one said Hogan passing away. Matt, I'll come to you second, but Stevie, we'll start off with you, being that you had a working relationship with this man. What are your thoughts on one Hulk Hogan passing away today?
Well, before we get to that, and I know that's what you really want to get to. I think I lost you for a second.
Stevie, your signal's kind of choppy over there, brother. I don't know if that's on my end or your end.
Yeah, he's sort of choppy.
I don't know, brother.
Oh, there you go.
I
now
just
you better now.
Matter of fact, I was podcasting all day yesterday and didn't have we had one little glitch like that.
Yeah, you good now though.
Had one, but it lasted only a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
Before we get started though,
yes, sir.
I would like to know, where is C.T. Fletcher? This man has been lost for 2 weeks. And this is his name on the podcast. I'm looking for C.T. Fletcher. Is anybody out there know who this man is? I've been getting messages from people saying he's here, people saying he's there, but I don't see him.
Nah, he's around. CT been a little under the weather the last few days, so that's why. But I did invite him.
Okay.
Did invite him. He's a little under the weather, but he did say when I do another one, the next show he'll be on. So
yeah, okay. Well, I let him off
because I gotta hear you two motherfuckers talk shit to each other. So trust me, I was glad.
I let him off the hook. I let him off the hook this time.
But I will say this. He did give me all kind of love and prop. He said when I showed him all the footage we got, he said, "Boy, Steve Ray did a hell of a job."
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it for my man CT, and you know I'd do anything for him. But see, this is the thing, though, man. CT has that presence that motivates me, man, and so I need that presence. So I was looking forward to seeing him today. But since he's under the weather, I'm gonna give him a pass. But going back to the question that you asked, I've been, oh my God, Mike, and man, I've been bombarded from different people, that I ain't heard from in I don't know how long. You know what I'm saying?
So they
sending me condolences and
They knew you was gonna come with some shit. Checking.
I think people are just showing their condolences.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know we know each other.
Okay.
And they know, just like Mike said, that we had a working relationship with each other. Me and Vince Russo, we did our podcast yesterday. And we had a guest on that comes on periodically who's not in the business. But, we do a show called Black and White, where we talk about black and white issues. And we talk about social issues. We talk about everything. Movies, music, wrestling, and, political things. And the show is very broad. And that was our first topic. But then we got into Ozzy Osbourne and Malcolm Jamal Warner because we cover acting and music at the same time. And I told him a couple of stories about Hogan that people didn't know. Matter of fact, one of them I can't tell on the show. I mean, I could, but it'll take a minute. And I was telling them.
Not like you want to tell the story.
Well, Russo got it because everybody that was involved, he knew. Carl, the other guy that was on, big wrestling fan. That's how he knows Russo. He follows his brand. But Carl is the educator, college educator. You see what I'm saying? So he's on time to time when we when we tackle, you know what I'm saying, certain topics.
Yeah.
So I told him a story how I didn't know certain people had heat in the business until one night, me and my brother was getting ready to wrestle Randy the Macho Man Savage and Sting.
Oh, wow.
But the story starts out this way and it goes full circle and comes all the way back around. But the whole topic of that story led all the way back to Hulk Hogan. And it just showed you how things work. At that time, it showed me how things really worked in professional wrestling.
Power structure or?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's say power structure and politics.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Something that I've never tried to get involved in pro wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not like a lot of other. I'm a minority in life and I'm a minority in the professional wrestling game.
Yeah.
So I know how to tread in life and I know how to tread in business or the work. You see what I'm saying? Your mindset has to be different. You can never think in life, as you guys know, that we are a part of the dominant race.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And in professional wrestling, you can't have that mentality also. And that's nothing new to us. Okay.
Yeah.
You might hear people from outside of our communities not understand that. And it is what it is. It ain't for you to understand. So after I told the story, everybody got a big laugh. You know what I'm saying? Because I put it in context how everything goes full circle. The next thing you see, this happens. And the thing about it is, what it led up to was me letting them guys know that Hulk Hogan played. Mike, I might have talked with you about this once. That Hulk Hogan played a very intricate part of the success of Harlem Heat.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that.
A little bit a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was sharing that story, but I put it in a broader context, because when Hogan came in, we were down in Disney. We used to tape down there. You probably remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And when Hogan came in, we heard he was coming in, but we didn't know if it was a rumor or if it was true. They kind of kept it hush hush back then. That almost like working the bars. But then one day, Mike, we used to always go to this big building because we was a part of the attraction for like 10 to 12 days. Every day we taped all these shows and we did the Power Hour show. Y'all remember the Power Hour show and all that stuff? We would tape matches from morning, brother, from 10 o'clock in the morning till like 6, 7 in the afternoon. Yeah, all day long. And they moved fans out that was at the theme park and moved new fans in. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. It was crazy, man. But anyway, this one day they put us in this big old like sound room and stuff like that where everybody could dress and stuff like that. Big. And one day, everybody came to work. And we seen all the people in the office, guys, working. you know, the agents and stuff like that, working overtime, man. And I'm like, this kind of funny, you know. I never seen, you know, everybody was dressed nice, everybody was so cordial, and you're like, when did this start? You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of usually laid back, and you know, this, that, and the other, getting that paycheck, you know. But today it was almost like the principal is going to visit. You know, when you're in school and the principal start visiting all the classes and stuff, and you notice that your teacher is a little bit more prep today, you know what I'm saying? Because the principal coming around. It was kind of like that, bro. And that's the day we found out Hulk Hogan was in town. And the story I told went all the way full circle on that. And at that time, Ric Flair was the booker at that time. And Ric Flair, down, you know, he had his name on the on his office door. You know what I'm saying? kind of stuff you see, like Principal Gordon, you know what I'm saying, or Mr. Drysdale or something like that. You know, it's on the wall. Had never seen that before. Then all of a sudden, we look up, and Rick, who we just interviewed, you guys know, we just interviewed him. Now Rick is sitting in the big broad room with all of us, and we're like, "Wait a minute, what Rick doing in here? Isn't his name on the door in the hallway out there?" So that was weird. And then, you know, Rick dresses with suits and stuff like that, and we were like, "Okay, something's going on." And he come to find out, everybody was up on their best behavior that day because Hulk Hogan had just came in. And it was certain people in the office. Say what?
Why? Like, I mean, what did he have that would make people like, that's like, I mean,
brother, okay, let me explain this again. That's Hulk Hogan, like Mike just said. You dig?
Yeah.
Okay, then what is it about that you ain't getting? It's the wrestling business. Hulk Hogan is the pinnacle of this business.
Okay.
Okay.
No, because
this is for all the racist stuff came out, all of this stuff. So people look at him in a totally different light. Now,
well, that's a whole nother story. I'm addressing what he's saying.
Well, like behind the scenes, like, because once again, me not being a wrestler is like, because he's the pinnacle, but I don't know, like.
Of course you don't know. That's why I'm trying to edify you on it.
Yeah, because it's like.
Of course you don't know. Yeah.
So
that's what I'm trying to do.
So basically, Hogan comes in, right?
And
so
you better be on your. Hogan came in. Firstly, you didn't let me finish the story before you start asking questions. That's first and foremost.
Well, because it's just it's mind blowing. Because like,
no, it's not. Not if you listen. It's a in the wrestling business, even in a match, there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end.
Okay.
And before the match is over, you don't critique it. Not if it's going good.
Okay.
That's an evaluation from a wrestling state of mind. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Okay.
Now, if you want to understand that, I can teach it to you. If not, then you know this is pretty much for the fans that are watching. How about that?
Basically, that's like power. Like, I'm just saying, like, once again, like behind the scenes, like power, because he's a shot caller. I guess he comes in.
Exactly. And you got him in every sport. If Tom Cruise come on a movie set, you better be on your best behavior. You know why? That's Tom Cruise.
Okay.
If Denzel Washington comes on a movie set and you dicking around, he's got the power to say, I don't want that sucker on this set.
Gotcha.
How hard is that to understand?
Well, it's not hard to understand. It's just one of those things in the wrestling business. We're not.
It ain't no different in the wrestling business. That's the entertainment business.
Well, I'm just saying, like, wrestling, there's different things. Like, I feel where you're coming from, that power structure.
You telling me it's different things?
Like, you think of Vince McMahon like a wrestler, like Vince McMahon or
I'm not. That's a bad example. Vince McMahon owns everything.
Okay.
That's a bad example.
Okay. So just one person. So that just because he's Hogan, the name alone.
The name alone, yeah.
Like I said, I just gave you two.
I understand. I rock with it. It makes it just one of the things that I didn't know. And
of course you don't know. That's why I'm telling you.
But what I'm saying, Stevie, because you beat me up right now. What I'm saying,
I'm not beating you up. What I'm trying to do is, you're an intelligent guy when it pertains to certain things. I'm an intelligent guy when I'm telling a story and trying to teach the people that's going to watch this show how things work. Now, in essence, know your role. That's all I'm saying. Just know your role. You ain't got to understand it. This is really for the people.
I dig it.
Really and truly.
So
really and truly.
Is there anywhere in this story? Because I feel where you're coming from. You know, he has the power to dictate, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And not only that, he contractually got the power to dictate.
Yeah, it's in his contract.
Okay. Okay, cool. Now let me ask you this. At any time during this, was there any knowledge of how he was? Because you hear the stories of the
I had never take that back. I had met Hogan once at an event, but I don't know him like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of guys like that. Guys that I worked with, I never really got personal with and knew them for years. I'm never in the business to be personal with people. I'm in the business to work, get my paycheck, and take my ass home.
I dig it. I've been the same way, to be honest with you.
So a lot of people I got working relationships with, but I ain't never broke bread with them and never wanted to.
Gotcha. That's a very interesting take, because in the Army, when we was in the Army, it would be something like that. You get a new commander, a new sergeant, and a lot of
you hear the rumors,
but you at the same time, like, we know about this first sergeant, like, he ain't cool. Like, first sergeant, like this first, like Stevie Ray. You are first sergeant Stevie Ray, you know, we chillax as long as we position, he good. But Mike come around, Mike on your ass, Mike make your life hard type thing. So, you know, did anybody there, was that any of that, or was it pretty?
I have no fucking idea and don't care. I know my role.
Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah.
Like I just said when I started this whole diatribe, I don't get into other people's shit.
Okay.
I come to work. I treat wrestling just like if I was a construction worker.
Gotcha.
Whatever I'm told to do, I do it. Mm-hmm. This ain't playtime or romper room for me, or try to be the teacher's pet.
Gotcha.
See, I had my own business before I got in the wrestling business, so I know how to construct my mind. I ain't here to be famous.
Okay.
I ain't here to be your boy. I'm here to be me. Because I'm going to try to get that. I'm like Denzel Washington said in Training Day, I'm going to reach down there and I'm going to get that money.
I can respect that. You know,
I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know how many other people have been a part of this kind of stuff, but I'm just telling you the truth.
Yeah.
I'm about me, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't about this business don't owe me nothing. The wrestling business never owe nobody anything. You get out of it what you can because they're going to get out of you what they can.
True.
How hard is that to understand? It ain't rocket science.
Yeah.
I'm like working for NASA. I build a spaceship now. If they shoot it up and it blow up, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Let's find out what happened and build another one. We get our money from the government.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Shit. We'll build a better one next time, I hope. I wasn't in it. I ain't no astronaut.
Man, Stevie Ray, old school.
No, that's real school.
Like,
well, I'm not.
Hey, look, he like, look, you know what I'm saying? Shit. Hey.
But anyway, hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back to this, Mike. Before you
make it. In all fairness, though, your logic, you make it very simplistic. There ain't nothing to guess. There ain't nothing to think about. It is what it is. Like
exactly. Like I said,
old school shit. Like, look.
But hey, that's how. Yeah, that's how I was raised. That's how I grew up around a lot of pimps and hoes, and pimps ain't never sugarcoated nothing.
Oh, they keep it real. Yep.
And now one of them ever tried to coerce me to do what they did. Mm-hmm. But I was always around them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? When they got to go play cards and when they got to go gamble, you know what I'm saying, and check on their gals and stuff like that. I thought everybody did that when I was a kid. You know, I'm thinking that's just a way of life.
Man, I'm telling you, boy, 1920 was a good time to be alive, man.
I'm not going to say that. Only thing is, what I'm saying is, I'm the kind of person that absorbs wisdom.
Yeah.
When you're around wisdom, take it for what it is. Never was influenced. I always want to be an athlete. I never want to do this. But hell, it kept a couple of bucks in my pocket as a kid.
Yeah.
Hey, man, go take care of your mother with this. Here you go. Okay. When I got home, my mother go, where you been? Oh, I just been hanging out with my friends. I never thought to say I've been hanging out with so-and-so, because she would have said, no, don't hang around those people. They no good.
Never let your left hand know what the right hand doing.
But I'm just saying, but anyway, going back to this, Hogan came in with power. Hogan, because we all knew he was coming in with power. Put it like this: don't take the chance that he's not. I don't want to be that guy. Not only that, he was given carte blanche to oversee talent. Hey man, what this dude doing, man? What are he entertaining the damn neighborhood? Why are we trying to do it?
He got his babies over there, man. He got his babies.
Oh, well, man, wait a minute. I didn't see Rick down there.
Hey, yeah. Before you go on, Stevie, my boy Rich from the Greatest Folk Podcast is in the building.
Yeah, I see him down there now. I see him down there.
He was on Black People time, so he was a little late getting here. But yeah,
No, me and Rich were chopping it up last week.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we were chopping it up last week over some things, man.
Yeah, man, that's a good brother right there, man. So,
Yo, what up, fella?
The conversation with us. Go ahead, finish your story.
Yeah,
dude.
But anyway, man, now we see why everybody. Because see, we're not in the office, so we don't know what's been told to them. You see what I'm saying? We don't know what they've been told. Like, hey, Hogan coming in tomorrow. Everybody got to be on their best behavior. We just saw it. Because usually they just like us. Now all of a sudden, they got ties on and, hey, you guys, we're walking around with the papers and, okay, you guys are at the 5th match today and blah, blah, blah. I want this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Okay, we want this in the match and blah, blah, blah. Because Hogan was coming in. So that's when I saw this is the presence of Hulk Hogan, man. He's coming in. And that day is when Ric Flair was the boss. By noon, Ric Flair was in the dressing room with us.
Damn.
So in essence, they didn't even tell Flair.
Damn.
Or then maybe Hogan got there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Hogan got there and said, well, I want this office. I don't know.
Transition.
He might have said, I want this office right here. I don't know. But we all thought it was like just crazy, man. But then we found out right after that, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks to a month after that, that we were going to get a push as a tag team.
Okay.
It just came out of nowhere because what me and my brother was trying to do was get as much airtime as possible. Whenever we went out and did matches, we were trying to get as much airtime as possible. And we wanted to, maybe go to Japan, maybe go to WWE, maybe go to Germany or something like that, because we was like, no, with the good old boy regime around here, we're not going anywhere. And we already know that. But we know how good we are because we see the fans respond and the boys respond. So we know we got it. But we know we wasn't going to advance because of the, just how it was around there. No disrespect. I'm glad to be here. And I'm going to try to do my job the best I can do it. Then somebody told us, hey, man, I can't remember who it was. Somebody in the office, I still can't remember who it was at this time, came to us and told us, hey, man, Hulk Hogan put in the word for you guys. And we were like, what? He said, yeah, my Hulk Hogan put in the word for you guys. And then it was like, okay, they did just come tell us, okay, they're going to start giving us a push. So we went to Hogan. We seen him in a hall one day. We was like, hey, Hogan, when we talk to you. And they go, yeah, guys, what's up? I said, man, we heard that you put a word in for us. And he was like, yeah, man, I did. And he was like, look, man, I've been watching the show before I got here. They told me to evaluate talent, so on and so forth. And when I got here, the first thing I asked them was, why aren't y'all giving these guys a push? They're the best tag team you got. They're exciting, man. They're new. Do something with them. Why aren't y'all? He just wanted to know, why aren't y'all doing anything with them? He was more interested in that than everything else. Because he said, those guys are money. Why don't y'all do something with them? And I guess they listened.
Yeah.
And that's when the Harlem Heat thing started from Hulk Hogan.
Wow.
So the big thing that's been going on, you got a lot of people because of his past racial remarks. You got especially people of color feeling some type of way, and you got another group of people telling the black folks they shouldn't feel that type when he passed and blah blah blah. Right. At the end of the day, and Matt, I'll start with you on this one. I mean, you put a video up today, so I kind of know what your personal thoughts are on it, but do you feel like his past racial remarks, is that going to taint his legacy as far as just wrestling is concerned? Not Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea, the human being, just is this going to tarnish that legacy to the point where it's not going to hold as much weight as it possibly could have had that stuff not happened?
Well, if we take what Stevie Ray said about the good old boy regime, if we look at today's society and the racial climate right now and everything that's going on, his past usage of the N-word is not going to taint his legacy at all. It's not. It's not. Because like you said, Stevie Ray, it's a business. We got to keep the show going, and to be honest with you, that wasn't Hulk Hogan. That was Terry.
Right.
However, once again, me being a fan, not an actual guy of the business, that's Hulk Hogan. So fuck Hulk Hogan, You know what I mean? Like, we don't know. We just know Hulk Hogan. We don't know Terry. So it's a 2-for-1. So he say the N-word, especially if you're a black man, of course, maybe you're in an interracial marriage. You look up to Hulk Hogan, like say your prayers, train, eat your vitamins. That was a building block of a lot of black kids. We had our black superheroes, Tony Atkins, Ron Simmons, blah, 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 blah. But we love Hogan. If I'm correct, Hogan's the only wrestler I can think of that started kicking out of people's finishers. He took every finisher and would Hulk up.
It's funny he says that. Yesterday when we were doing the black and white podcast, and I told you I brought up a story. Well, I didn't tell you about the part where, in essence, Hogan, I guess, was messing with Randy Savage. I've never told this story. I told this story years ago, maybe 7-8 years ago, when I was doing my old podcast. And he wanted, Mike Graham came in and gave us was it the finish? Might have been the finish. I can't remember. It was close to the finish. That Randy Savage is supposed to come off the top rope. It's an unwritten law in professional wrestling. Other than what my man just said, nobody kicks out of anybody's finish but Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, he got power driven by Paul Orndorff. I remember King Kong Bundy splashed him.
Everybody.
Because
everybody.
You do the finish. 1, 2, kick up, and he hulked up. And the crowd money.
Hercules Hernandez put him in the torture rack.
Yeah. How he kicked out of that. So, with that being said,
oh my goodness,
that's Hulk Hogan. But when you're old enough to understand, it's like because a lot of people said, I heard from a lot of people that when he came back to the WWE, he wasn't all that like compassionate, like, yo, bro, like that was he just blew it off. Like he didn't really, not saying you got to kiss ass, but like
no, wait a minute, say that again, back up again, say that again.
A couple people that I've talked to that was
okay
there when he came back, they said when they brought it up that
what up?
The N-word, the N use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that it was downplayed, not like are you tripping, but if I say something to offend any of you gentlemen, and you have to check me like, yo, bro, that wasn't cool. Either I'll be like, all right, I mean, like, damn, bro, like, chip, or I'm be like, we're gonna have like, hey, you know what, blah blah blah. You can feel like if it's sincere, like, hey, I fucked up. That was my bad.
Well, Vince Russo, you want to say something, Rich?
Oh no, I was just saying. Like they didn't.
Oh, okay.
Receive it. So, at the end of the day, I feel he knew better. You knew what it was. You took time to be comfortable.
But this is the thing,
people, and you said that not once but twice. And Shady, like, yeah, make sure he rich. Like,
but see, this is the thing. And this is what I brought up on the show yesterday. And I brought this up on our show many times because it's called black and white. It is so many people. The easiest thing in the world to be is something that is cliche. To people of Caucasian descent, being racist or saying something racist is very, very easy. But if you turn that card around 180 degrees and ask them to elaborate on it, they won't have anything to say or won't know what to say. You know why? They've never had a conversation about it. It's hard to have a conversation about something of which you've never had a conversation about before, especially when you're confronting another human being about it. Yeah. Hulk Hogan is no exception, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan is no exception. You can ask African American people to talk about racism. They can talk about racist, but can they really talk about what racism really is? And elocute that fact. Can they? You see what I'm saying? It's a big difference between implementing racism and then having a conversation about it.
Yeah.
Most people don't know how to do that. Neither does Hulk Hogan. So what he's referring to, they had a meeting. They had a meeting that Hogan had to go in the dressing room, a closed meeting, and addressed what he did. And a lot of the African Americans did not like the apology. But you know why? Because he doesn't even know how to apologize for something that he implements on a daily basis.
Yep. I know a couple of
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I know a couple of the brothers that was in there.
I do too.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
And that's what they said. It was just like, it wasn't even really an apology. The whole basis of what he said was, if you're going to say something, just make sure there's no cameras around. And that's what really pissed them off. It's just like, wait, hold on. So you're not really apologizing. You're just saying, if you're going to do some fuck shit, just don't do it.
But when you bring it from that aspect, how you're looking at it, and when he was saying, he's not looking at it like that. Yeah. He's not really taking in what he said with any accountability.
Yeah.
Because some deep down in the medulla of his brain, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
He's
Caucasian.
He's using privilege. He's privileged.
Right.
Not able to be accountable. To be like,
he's totally oblivious.
Like,
so for me to talk about something that I don't even understand is hard to do. Most people when the last time either one of you heard anybody have a real conversation about racism? You don't hear those conversations.
No. It's difficult. It's internal guilt.
Now, how many times you heard somebody talk about a racist act? Every day. You see the difference?
Hey, yo, fellas.
Go ahead, Rick.
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
I think you just said something, Stevie. I don't think Hogan went into that, to that room in terms of actually apologizing from a racist act standpoint.
Right.
Because I almost feel like he didn't think it was racist. I think what
even if he knew, would he know how to talk about it?
Well, no, he wouldn't, because you can't talk about something you're not privy to, right? So I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, judging off what you just said, when he went into that room, and I'm not sure who it was a second ago that said that he said that if you're gonna say some crazy shit, I think Mike, you said if you're gonna say some crazy shit, make sure there's no cameras or mics around. See, like, that's almost like coming from the boy standpoint, like protecting the locker room.
It's
right?
It's white privilege, because you're
no. Hold on, man. Whoa.
If we say it on camera, we got caught. If a black person got caught saying some derogatory shit, flamed. So in his mind,
I understand.
Make sure there ain't no cameras around. Like, bro,
but he's also talking from a celebrity standpoint. Because see, stuff like that can kill you as a celebrity. As a regular person, nobody gives a damn.
Right. And that's what I think. And that's what I think he took the stance as. For him to say, hey, if you're going to, obviously he knew that there was a room full of different race, creed, and gender. Right. So he gave the how can I say this? He gave the generic statement of protection for all of us as people, and not the regular people as celebrities, because that's what we are.
Right.
So if you're gonna say some shit, make sure there's no cameras or mics around, because that's where
that
spells a narcissist.
And not only that, not only that, you like I say, it's hard to talk about something that you don't even understand.
Yeah.
He didn't want to come off looking worse than he already did either. Sure. I'm gonna take the easy way out, and it's gonna be done with that.
Yeah,
because if I was in that dressing room, knowing me, I would have said, "What is that, bro?"
Yeah, what does that even mean? Exactly.
I would have made you accountable.
Right.
Because I remember when they sent us to diversity class one time. And there was a whole bunch of us in this room. I never forget it. We was in Baltimore, Maryland. Never forget it, because that's why every time I go to Baltimore, I would go across the street. This dude had a store over there, and I would buy all kind of shirts and pants and stuff like that, and take them back to Houston. Nobody, where you got that from? It ain't hit Houston yet, baby. I got this off the I got this off the East Coast, dog. So me and Sonny Ono
got that from Charm City. Got that from Charm City, huh?
Yo, I can't even remember. I guess you can say that, but I wish I knew the name of the store.
Charm City.
Yeah, right. But anyway, the only two minorities in this place is me and Sonny Ono. And Sonny still remember.
Sonny Ono.
Yeah. Me and Sonny Ono, a black man and a Japanese man. Okay. Now the whole room full of wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? And the lady gets up and she gives us this whole soliloquy of diversity and this, that, and the other. And we're sitting here listening. And then me and Sonny look at each other like, are we involved in this? Or is she talking to them? You know what I'm saying? So she get through. This is no lie. This is a true story. I don't know if I've ever told this story before. Me and Sonny talked about it a lot over the years. It was so funny to us. And she gets through with everything, and she never said any questions. She never said that. So how do I know all my contemporaries really understood what she just said? How would I know?
Check the block. Just check the block. Do it moving.
Yep.
So me and Sonny looked at each other and was like, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? So she thought we was going to come with something. And then Sonny just said, is that it? Are we finished now? And she was like, yeah. So me and Sonny just got a big kick out of it, man. We made it seem like we was gonna start some shit, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't, because we knew what this was. It was a bunch of stuff going on in WCW at that time with racist type things going on. And so this was their way of addressing it. Mm-hmm. Instead of addressing it when everybody, this was a house show. Instead of addressing it like at a Nitro or something when everybody's there.
Yeah.
A few guys on the road. We're doing what, 5 matches tonight? 6? How many guys on the road tonight? Maybe a tenth of how many guys we actually got. You know what I'm saying? So we just thought that was crazy. But this is the thing is, how she was explaining everything really had nothing to do with what was going on. But that's the way they cover their ass.
Yeah.
We've addressed a problem. I get it. I mean, I ain't dumb. I've been around the block many times. I get it. So I didn't rock the boat. But if I had been in that dressing room, oh no, I promise you, I promise you, he wouldn't have left until we got down to the real nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I promise you that.
Especially on that, like how he said it, like you know what I'm saying? Like that was like,
it ain't about how he said it, it's what he said.
Well, that too.
You know what I'm saying? Delivery. I'm just saying, I used to
get something off your chest, Hogan. Like,
right.
Let's talk. Like that shit.
You don't know how.
There, you need to leave it like what's really good.
Yeah, but see, you feeling that way, but like I said when I started the show, you still a minority in the dressing room.
Yeah.
So in essence, your feelings really don't care.
Yeah.
They don't matter.
Your feelings really don't care. That's why if you don't hold somebody's feet to the fire, what are you going to get? They'll always walk away.
Yep, and that's exactly what happened. Like I said, the I know that was in that room was just like they didn't even. They don't. Like he could have kept that. It was no point in him coming in there saying what he said because basically it was just like watch your ass. Don't get no.
It was just like the lady in Baltimore.
Yeah.
No different than the lady in Baltimore.
But for me,
she got a check and went home.
Yeah, I wasn't shocked by this whole Hogan thing, and I seem to be one of the only people not shocked by it.
What do you mean?
Especially the reason he went on that whole tirade was because his daughter was supposedly dating a black dude. And so that kicked off that tirade. And for people who don't know, I'm going to read you exactly what he said. And I quote, I'd rather if she's going to fuck some nigger, I'd rather her marry an 8-foot tall nigger worth $100 million like a basketball player. I guess we're all a little racist. Fucking niggers.
Right.
That's exactly what he said.
Absolutely wrong dialogue there, Terry.
And so many people have asked me about that, Mike. And I'm gonna tell you exactly what I've told. I can't remember what year that was. Was it 9, 10, something like that?
Yeah, somewhere around
1910. Damn.
He's old.
No, man.
Jesus Christ.
And that 1920 line went over his head. I said, it must have been good. Being that a teenager in the 20s.
That's like, what's that, like the black vaudevillains?
2009 or 10, had to be in there because I remember one of my buddies I used to work with at the radio station. He had started a podcast and he had called me and told me about it. And that was back in 2007 when he and I were doing stuff together. So this had to be a couple of years after that. But be that as it may, I will tell you guys the same thing I told everybody. Hulk Hogan ain't no different than any other common white man in the continental United States of America. That's what they do.
And that's why I was not shocked or surprised by it whatsoever. And maybe because I see a lot of the common thing I'm seeing, especially online today, is you got a lot of black people that are really hurt by Hulk Hogan dying. They feel some type of way because he touched them as little kids. It was like,
right, and he did.
I guess for me, because I didn't grow up being a Hulkamaniac or Ultimate Warrior guy, like I wasn't a fan of those guys. So again, like I looked at Hulk Hogan as just a regular guy. And so when all that stuff came out, I was like, I'm not surprised.
But in essence, what I'm saying is we as African Americans always look to people of prominence to be something different than they are born to do and born to be. You come up in the American educational systems that teaches you how to feel more superior than everybody else. That's why you don't see Black history or Japanese history or Asian history or even American Indian history in your history books. It's designed to make you think a certain way, not how to think. I mean, not what to think, but how to think. That's the American educational system. Any scholars out there teaches this every day. Every day. So then we'll look at a person that's become prominent because he's a professional wrestler. And then we'll look at him as African Americans to think he's different from something else. Racism, every day, anybody, Dr. Jane Elliott, go look her up. Look at what she teaches and what she writes about. Okay? Nobody can go through the American educational system and not come out of it and feel like they're racist in some way, shape, or form. It is virtually impossible. So why do we think someone like Hulk Hogan is going to be different? Now, let's take that into consideration. That still doesn't mean just because somebody says racist things, implementing racism like a Terry Taylor that worked at WCW. Okay, who was in lawsuits? Okay,
the
red bitch.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, what?
The red pussy. What about that?
The red vagina? Is that what
Yes.
you just called him?
But anyway,
Okay,
he's implementing racism in broad daylight. But I can respect a person like Hulk Hogan. When me and my brother was coming up, if implementing racism would have been saying, "Don't push them niggas."
Yeah. Don't tell the Red Rooster said that.
Fuck the Red Rooster. He's out of this conversation.
Oh,
I'm just using him as a. I'm just using him as a. I'm just using him as a template. I'm implementing racism and saying racist things can be two totally different things, because I look at people when they come through the American educational system like an alcoholic. This is in me, but I'm working against it on a daily basis, and it just might come out at any time.
Oh, that's deep.
Wow.
Hey, Stevie Ray, I got a question.
Well, you know what? Me too.
Hold on. We got a
Matt,
question.
turn your microphone up a little bit, brother.
Are you a racist?
I keep coming off kind of low, man. Can you turn your mic up?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Now tell him to turn it down. I don't want to hear him.
I got a question. Is Jim Cornette a racist?
I have no idea. I've met Jim many times, having conversations with him, but how would I know? Let me bring this to a crescendo. Professional wrestler, people in the wrestling business, no different than me and anybody on the street.
Okay.
You cool with me, I'm cool with you. You disrespect me, I ain't got no time for you. It's that simple. I do not get up every day in the morning after I take a piss and wash my face to go out in the world and think who's racist and who's not. I don't give a shit. Long as you step to me correctly, I'm going to step to you correctly. You cross the line, I'm going to put your ass on the critical list. It's that simple. I live a simple life, man. And I like life. And I ain't worried about, I could care less of somebody being racist. If they don't do nothing to me, who cares? I sent my daughter to a white university. And you know what she did? Her and her friends got together in a black Sarah that used to be on that campus and redid it and brought it back to the campus. That's what I'm proud of. Things like that. Yeah, because my blood is a part of that. You know, and where did she get that from to want to do that? She got it from my old man. Same thing I told her teachers in elementary school. When they called me up to the school to talk about something that my daughter had said that her dad said this, that, and the other, and they wanted to talk to me about it. And I told her teachers in elementary school, I send my daughter, I know the curriculums you guys have to do to keep your jobs and make your money and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, the curriculums that have been designed for these kids, that's fine. I send my daughter to this school for her to get an education. But when she come home, that's where her real education starts, with me.
Real talk.
Yeah, that's facts.
So
I had a quick question if I can add on to that right quick. Going back to what you said a second ago, Stevie, I guess collectively, like what is the fine line between racism and entitlement? Because there's a boundary there. There's a fine line between that. Because you can be openly racist because you were taught hate. You were taught racism. You were taught hatred because your mom and dad said, "Hey, yo, this person of melancholy, this person of color is your enemy." Because whatever stupid ass hatred DNA they got running in their blood, right? Because that's how it starts. It's taught. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you said, the American educational system is designed for these people, quote unquote. And I get it, and I agree with you. But my thing is it that person's fault through racism because they're racist, or they don't recognize that they're racist because they're really entitled? And entitled and racist is not the same thing.
What was that?
Entitled and racist is not the same thing. You know what I mean?
But see, entitlement comes from, remember I just said, when my daughter gets home, that is when her education really starts.
Sure.
So absolutely. The things that I'm the things that she gets from school is one thing. The things that you get at home is another.
Sure.
And your surroundings, your neighborhood, your this, that, and the other. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. If your parents are teaching you how to be a decent person when you come home, but the school is still teaching you things subliminally.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's a yin and a yang going on in your head. And for most people, that's how it is. But then you got the people at home, the people in your neighborhood, the people that you hang around that's really embedding the real racism.
Yep.
Not the systematic racism. Blunt, everyday, hardcore. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you see people that are not afraid to say this and this, that, and the other, and feel the way they do in certain settings because they learned it from home. Not only they getting to learn it from home, they're getting subliminally put in their mind at the same time.
Yep.
And we're getting the same thing also. We're getting shit up on in so many ways politically that you don't understand. And then your parents are telling you, you have to do this, that, and the other when you go out into the world. You know, like if you get pulled over by the police or this, that, and the other, how to act, how to do this, so on and so forth. You see what I'm saying? So what do? They capitalize on all of this stuff, you know, feed you garbage, just like feeding a dog. If you feed a dog garbage all the time, you can't, after so many years, he ain't going to eat Purina dog chow. So then what are you getting ready for? They're getting you ready for the prison system, bro. Because you don't know how to evaluate. You don't know how to evaluate things in your mind. You're being taught things just like a dog, how to react to things. And brother, they got something for it. Brother, it's a whole strategic, systematic system we live in.
It's a pipeline, actually. It's a pipeline.
Exactly.
The prison system.
So when it comes to Hogan, not trying to get off subject, when it comes to Hogan, I can understand that, so I can look at him in a different way because I know him. But when they're comfortable around their own settings, brother, I done had friends of mine, white friends of mine, the N-word pop out, and brother, he felt like shit.
Oh, wow.
Because he was so comfortable with me. And it came out at the wrong time. Man, that nigga, oh man, Stevie, I'm sorry, blah, you know, I get it, dog. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't intellectually focused like I am, okay, I'm pissed off. But I know you are who you are. I accepted his apology because when white people ain't around me, brother, you don't want to hear how Stevie Ray talk, man. Well, you don't want to. You wouldn't think any of my fans would be like, man, that's Stevie Ray. I hate him. You don't want to hear how I talk, dog. Come on, man. Y'all know how we talk when we get together. Come on, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Steve,
y'all know how we talk. Now, me and CT. Now, imagine me and CT Fletcher anywhere talking the way we talk when we're by ourselves, Mike.
Both of y'all will be canceled like a motherfucker.
Hey, Mike.
I got a question for
Mike,
you. As a minority in the
business. Hold on, Rich. Let me let Matt go real quick, and then I'll pull you back up. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay.
Another question for the business. As a minority, you say we're a minority in this country and a minority in the business, right?
Yes.
How do Black folks, minorities, deal with racism? I mean, there's different.
Well, that's the thing. Just because you're in,
like, how do they make? Well, not just deal with it, but you're in this business. Like, say WCW, there's racism going down. I'm Black. Mm-hmm. How do I keep a level head, not to fuck my bag up, but I mean, you have people like you. You could pull me to the side and say, "Hey, young man, blah blah blah." But how?
Man, I ain't pulling you to the side and telling you nothing.
No, hey, Steve.
I'm saying that dude. He ain't gonna make Mike. He ain't gonna make it no how.
Hey, look! Go punch him in the mouth. Like, how do you maintain? I mean, discipline, of course, but like just for the group of our people in that business, like.
Well, I've done that a lot, but see, this is the thing, man. The same way you have to deal with it within a certain structure, just like football players back in the day, just like basketball players back in the day, just like, you know, when Jackie Robinson came up back in the day, there was a time you had to be what it takes and do what it takes to stay here. But now you look at all those sports, and now we are the dominant ones. But the power structure is still ran by the same mentality. But see, once they get to the point where they need you to make money, you always got something to rely on.
Yeah.
But you have to get there first.
Yeah. Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to get there first. So you just have to be smart, man, to deal with it the same way we as people been dealing with stuff since 1619. And you telling me you can't deal with pro wrestling?
And to me, it's about, like I said, the two things I've taken from Stevie Ray, and one Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons told me when I met him, I asked him the same question, how he dealt with it. He was like, brother, I was in here to get my check and go to fuck home. Those were his exact words.
Right.
And he was
I got kids to feed, man.
That didn't matter. He said, but also he said them boys understood who they could pull that shit on and who they couldn't pull that shit on.
All right.
100% right.
Ron Simmons, he said Ron Simmons was one of them motherfuckers they couldn't pull that shit on. They didn't pull that shit on P. They didn't pull that shit on Butch. Because I was asking him about the Teddy Long situation. And Teddy Long did some shit to him.
That was before Ron and them got there though.
But that's when then Ron said, but he knew who he could say
that
shit to, who he couldn't say that shit to.
But that's what I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
They know they beans from the cornbread, brother. Feeling empowered over somebody and taking dominion over somebody is a hell of a feeling, bro. That's a hell of a feeling.
Wow.
It feels good, bro. To certain people. That shit feel good, bro. That I can just talk to you any fucking way I want. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And some people will go out and implement those reactions toward people. Then you got others can be the most, I don't know, bigoted people, because a lot of times there's a fine line between bigotry and racism. I see a bigot doesn't really care for all kind of different stereotypes. And a lot of times it can be that. But he might be the nicest guy in the world to you because he respects you, bro. And like I said, that's the only thing I require of any man, his respect. I don't need your love. I don't need your drugs. I don't need your women. I need your money. That's it. I can get my own drugs. I can get my own women. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't never had no problem getting none of them. I ain't never been a drug guy, but I'm just saying, I've been around them all my life. I don't need nobody to help me with that. I don't need anybody to help me with the lifestyle I want to live. I need this paper, like Denzel said. That's it.
All right, Rich, you had something. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Rich.
Oh, yeah, not earlier. I was just saying when Stevie was saying, yeah, imagine me and CT trying to get on somewhere to talk the way we talk. I was just saying, Mike, like, I guess maybe you could confirm, like, my show is exactly where they could do that.
No, but I'm not talking about a show, but I'm talking about a public setting.
Yeah, just a public setting.
Yeah, I'm just talking about not a show, but a public setting.
What did Pop say to me the first time he met me? I tried to shake his hand. Who's this motherfucker with these big calves? Get this motherfucker out of something like. And then got, hey, look. And then got even more pissed off when I told him I didn't even have to work for him. It's just your nigga. Oh, get this motherfucker. we've been cool ever since. I said, you straight with me. Right? Like, if you break the ice with me like that, you gotta hold me.
But the funny thing, I'm gonna stay on that real quick. Funny thing, the reason me and CT are like this now is because he's like, son, he was like, you the only person in my life right now that I could just talk all kind of shit to.
Right.
You don't take the shit personal.
Right.
He was like, people just so sensitive about certain shit. Because I tell people, if y'all saw me and CT's text thread, this shit, y'all, we be both be. We say the most foul shit to each other, but that's the thing. He was just like, you can't talk like that to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, me and you
just going back to Hogan, you're in a climate where you're working around hip hop artists. Remember that?
Oh yeah, now you getting in my field.
No, I'm just saying, do you remember that though?
Yeah.
Remember those little producers and stuff he was working with his daughter?
Rocking Jordans and shit.
And you don't think these little jokers ain't gonna try to hit it?
Yep.
But see, and that's when I was reading the transcript.
Well, get at it, baby. Let's talk about it.
So was this one of those things where, okay, you feel like his daughter's fucking around with some black dudes, and that's what kids
exactly.
I don't want my daughter like I can be cool with you niggas, but I don't want you.
Now you see what I'm saying? I mean, let's put it in its whole totality.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't like she was working with Barry Gordy.
Hey. Hell no.
And Smokey Robinson, it ain't like that, dog. I'm just being honest, man. I mean, what you expect in Florida? You kidding me?
Yeah.
In Florida, with Birdman and all them.
Look, she gonna have cornrows, slugs in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Tatted up.
Nigga, you
come on, dog. You know this.
You lucky
you know it.
Come across, you lucky she ain't come across Uncle Luke.
Oh, turned out. Done deal.
Now come on, man. Nobody ain't come.
Huh? Lucky she didn't come across. You lucky she didn't come across Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy would have turned out.
Hold on. Nah.
Don't play. Trick Daddy.
Matt,
don't play.
Ho. Matt, the one thing you gotta understand: Trick love the kids.
Yeah. She ain't
so
no
that would
yeah.
That
he love a 26. He love a 26. He love a 26-year-old kid.
Well, fuck it.
Hey, look. How old was Trina? How old was Trina? Stop playing. How old was Trina?
I don't know, but I don't know what this world.
I mean, we making jokes. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, the first time he got in trouble with saying the N-word, look at the climate. It's the only thing I'm saying. Look at the climate. And if you in those not dressing rooms, but in those studios, I got a couple about K Reno, one of my from the same neighborhood. You know K Reno?
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay. Yeah. One of the big time hip hoppers back in the day and stuff, still out there doing his thing. We from the same neighborhood and stuff like that. And some other buddies of mine, some kids that I used to, talk to and stuff like that, and they excuse me, got in the game. Lil Kano, all them guys, bro. Good friends of mine. Hey, in the studio, that's where it went down, man.
Yeah.
Am I lying, Rich? That's where it went down, bro.
I do music. I used to be in the studios back in Cali. Everything go down in the studio.
So what I'm saying is, you don't put your daughter. I'm just being honest. I got a daughter myself that was in theater arts all her life.
Yep. As do I.
I would never, if she wanted to go into music, never try to finance her way through that environment. You dig what I'm saying? Never. Never. No. This is hip hop world, man. The hip hop world is what it is.
They smoking weed, they drinking, they popping.
Yeah, come on, man. They throwing the N-word around all day long.
Mm-hmm.
They don't pull no punches. I don't want my daughter around that. Don't get me wrong. That's their world.
Yeah.
But I ain't finna put my daughter in a world of which she ain't never been a part of. I'm not gonna do that.
My sister right now, man, in Brooklyn, she was a fixture in the Oakland music scene. And she had to learn how to engineer, master, mix, and make beats on her own because dudes wanted, you know what I'm saying? They wanted this, that, and the third for the low. You know what I mean? So I feel where you're coming from. Like I understand what you're saying, Stevie, with protecting your daughter in that environment, because these dudes, that's like when I was making my music, I was a flipper. Like you like, hey, Matt, like I want you to get on this song. Give me the beat. I do my verse. I'll record it. And it's back to you in like 24, 36 hours. I do a movie. When I go to the studio, lay my verse, I'm out. Like I got shit to do. You know what I mean? Like, So
well, I'm just saying we're having fun talking about this. We're not laughing at Hogan or anything like that. We're just making reference to what he did as far as racism and people that are reacting to it today, because we as a unit now, we're trying to edify each other, man, on certain things, to look at things from a certain way. And once you do that, I think you can see things from another light. I just can't be cut and dry because one person said the N-word, yet I know 350 million people in this country and over 220 some of them are of Caucasian descent do the same thing every day. But that don't make us hate them. Some we do, but some, just because they said the word, that don't make them a racist. He said something racist, but that don't make him a racist. And I'm not saying he's not, but I know deep down in Hogan's heart, he's a good person in a lot of ways because he helped me and my brother. You ain't never heard one. You ain't never heard one African American in the business say anything about Hogan. You only heard white people say stuff about him. You ever notice that?
Never even noticed that, brother. To be totally honest with you.
You ever notice that? The only people that you've heard say bad things about Hogan is another white guy.
And that's dating all the way back. I remember the early shoot interviews with like Kamala.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just saying like how, you know, if it wasn't for Hogan, I made more money working with Hogan. Hogan got me this. Hogan took care of me. These is brothers.
I mean,
think about that.
Mr. T, you know, Mr. T and the Haitian kid, the little small little dude. So okay, you know what? You I think what it is I think most black people were just hurt, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you
and it didn't hurt that he was coming out doing the old MAGA shit and running up in Trump's ass.
Yeah, but that's the day. I'm talking about back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, things of that nature. If I'm at a crossroad in my life, because people have asked me about that too, and I give you the same answer I gave them. If I'm at a crossroads in my life, because as far as I'm concerned, politics is nothing but pro wrestling, heels and baby faces. Republicans are always considered heels, and baby faces are always considered Democrats. That's how it's been for a long time. And if I'm trying to get on board to sell some beer and make some money, and they come to old Ray Dog and say, "Hey, Ray Dog, we can make $1 million, $2 million with this. Only thing we want you to do is be a spokesman, but we got to be over here on the red side." Now, I would have to think about that very, very hard. But if I'm a white guy, I ain't got to think about that. I ain't got to think about that. Because most people, the majority, people that's got conscious minds might care about it, but most people ain't got a conscious mind. They don't care about that. And so I'm going to get this money. So I can't fault him for being on the Trump train, because who put the Trump train up there to be what it is? The American media, who they work for.
And like you said, like, you know, you said personally, Steve, you said you came there to get the bag.
Right.
So who are we to say otherwise? Other people would say like, "Hey man, like Hogan might have been like, shit for the bag, fuck it." So
exactly.
Yeah, okay, it makes sense. Yeah, like, you know.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, I'm not in when it comes to politics. I'm not a Democrat, and I'm not a Republican. I'm a registered independent, because I know what I'm looking at.
Same.
I know what I'm looking at, bro. I can't get mad at you for your religious beliefs or your political beliefs, but I don't agree with this MAGA fucking brainwashing shit. But I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it, because I live in a country where you've been getting brainwashed since birth. So it don't surprise me if somebody can put something out there and it takes your mind and take it to another place, to the point where I want to attack a fucking Capitol building. Nobody's above it. CIA been doing those kind of experiments on people for a zillion years.
Uh-oh.
Now they can do it through social media, and now they can do it through television. Now they can do it through everything else now, brother. We all a part of this social media.
I said, me and you don't need to hang out, because you on some
CIA. Why
that? You on some CIA.
No, I'm just saying.
No,
dog,
I'm
plenty.
bro. We can say.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. There's plenty books out there where people can look this stuff up. Plenty of books, and I talk about it all the time.
Panama, the Mina connection. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Bill Clinton said, nigga, I took the money. And
the Mina connection. Hey,
and I'm gonna be macking these hoes at the same time. That's what he said.
You know what?
I mean, that's what he said. Mike, you laughing? I'm just saying. Bill Clinton said, "Yeah, baby, I like him young."
Hey, look,
get in here.
The whole Mina connection behind Bill Clinton.
Get in here.
That's how Banging in Little Rock came about. Remember that HBO documentary, Banging in Little Rock, back in the 90s? That was about the Mina connection.
I mean, I'm kind of like behooved when people go, huh?
Yeah, that Mina.
Now I gotta look that shit up now.
Banging in Little Rock.
Hey, brother, the stuff is.
That shit came about.
The stuff is old as the crucifixion, bro.
He brought.
Oh, wait a minute, Mike. You ain't never heard about the Mina connection?
so he can clean up Arkansas and get the votes, man. Mina connected.
Bro, Mina, Arkansas.
All that cocaine in Arkansas was from the CIA. And when he cleaned it up, he looked like the good guy. I'm running for the president, wasn't it? We had a crack cocaine epidemic.
But it was time. It was time to clean it up, though.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, it's deep, man. Yeah, we need to talk.
Clint said, I'm macking gals.
That's just legit, man. It's real.
All right, we did over an hour on Hogan. We still got to talk about
right.
Get the hell out of here.
Right. Damn.
We're gonna have to do a whole
Hey, you might as well just make this an extendo. You might just edit it, just make it an extendo, baby. You know.
Oh, for sure. All right. All right. So anyway,
you might well make 2 shows.
I might as well. Shit. Well, fuck it. Let's
oh man, don't get me started. Don't get me started, man. You're making my head hurt now.
Rich, what's your lasting? Give me your lasting thoughts on one Hulk Hogan. How are you looking at today, and what do you, as far as you're concerned, now just your personal.
Antonio, release the Epstein.
How is this going to affect his legacy? How do you think he's going to be remembered?
This ain't my show. I'm doing another show right now.
So, I think for me, I understand what a lot of people's plights was and their stances. You know what I mean? And he was a racist. He's not a good guy. Fuck Hogan. I've been seeing this shit a million times. I've been seeing it all damn day, right?
Yes.
To be honest with you, I think it really shows how fucking crazy people are, right? To be saying that like they're pretty much celebrating his death, right? Which is insane, right? Regardless of whether he was a abrupt racist or not, right?
Yeah.
I get it. I understand how it made people feel. Hell, when I heard about it, it broke my heart. You know what I mean? And not because I was this raging Hulkamaniac. No, because at that time I was a Macho Man guy. I was Scott Hall. I was Mr. Perfect, Bret Hart. You know what I mean? Those were my guys during that time, and and then later into the 90s or whatever. But the thing is with me, you and Mike, you and I spoke, briefly about this yesterday. Did I go to sleep? Did I shed a tear? No. Did I lose sleep over this? No.
Oh man.
I shed a tear and lost sleep when Eddie Guerrero passed. When the Macho Man passed, I shed a tear and I lost a little sleep. You know what I mean? You got emotional.
And you didn't lose no sleep over Hogan?
No, I did not. And I will tell you this. I will tell you this though. I was still kind of fucked up a little bit not because it was Hogan's.
Yeah, sure you were.
No. It was more because of what it was more because of obviously what he's done to the business.
Right.
What he's done for the business.
Right.
The industry in a whole would be nowhere near where it is if it wasn't for him.
You're 100% right.
Yeah. Okay, like let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah, absolutely. Let's be real here. Obviously, Vince was the business, Hogan was the face. And if it wasn't for the both of them as a collective pairing, this beautiful mansion that we see that is the professional wrestling industry today,
right?
With the steel iron door and the gorgeous windows and the beautiful in-ground pool and the fence and all that gorgeous shit. All of that is because they put this incredible pavement for all that shit to be on.
That's true.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So that right there was more. That's what hit me most. It was like, damn. You know what I mean? It wasn't even.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. I agree with you 100%.
It was because of what he means to the foundation of what's something that I love so much.
Yes. And we talked about that yesterday. We talked about that. Matt, you can go ahead. I'll finish up.
Oh no, I already said what I was saying about Hogan.
Okay.
What he did for the business, like I said, without being in the ring, he taught me how to wrestle. He showed me showmanship. I learned by Ric Flair. Like my cousin and I, we learned how to wrestle in the backyard, calling spots, taking bumps from Ric Flair. The the characteristics and stuff.
Right.
And the storytelling that Hogan did. I mean, like I said, early on, I would watch wrestling. My first working punch, I learned from Hogan. But the storytelling, getting compelled by Macho Man, top turnbuckle with the elbow drop. That's it. Because no one picks up. This is it.
Right.
1, 2, and he hawk up. and everyone go crazy. That is serotonin that creates core memories growing up. You know what I'm saying? You remember
great way they say that
event when King Kong Bundy was with that is what I cherish. But as we grow older and we start, unfortunately, in my opinion, showing the magic, we start doing this. With at first it's like, and then we go like this, and then we begin to realize this is wrestling. You know, this is the individual, social media, and then you see and hear individuals up themselves, like Chris Benoit, like dope. But you killed your wife and kids. So unfortunately, same thing with R. Kelly. Me personally, I saw the tape back in 2000, what he was doing, that he lied and said he didn't do. Like, damn, bro, I can't fuck with you no more, man. Like, you are phenomenal.
I knew you was watching tapes like that.
Hey, man, I was in the business a long time ago.
I knew that's what you was doing.
The question is,
I knew it.
How do you know, though, Steve?
That's what he doing back in the barracks. That's what you're trying to see what's going on. Good.
It's having the discipline to know, like, to keep your integrity. Like, I fuck with you.
No. I understand. I understand.
We all from the environment.
No. I understand 100%, man. I understand, and you can lose.
Like, you a rapist, you molesting kids, you doing that. I can't fuck with everything you've
done. I hear you.
Everything you've accomplished, that shit go away, bro. Like,
but you know what? Only thing I'm saying is this, and I understand you 100%. But when it comes to, like I tried to chronicle earlier, when it comes to situations like this, they're totally different. I'm not talking about committing a crime, and I'm not talking about some. No. What I'm saying is throwing somebody under the bus for a gaffe, as opposed to taking in consideration everything that we talked about tonight and all the good for guys like myself that have been a part of this train that he and Vince created. They took wrestling from a subculture to all over pop culture of what it's become today. And now it's sweeping the world of all entertainment ventures all over the world. Everything wants a piece of what is when it pertains to professional wrestling today. Everybody want a piece of it to enhance their way of media in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's being out there being a character, whether it's putting on a facade to make people think it's this and it's actually that. We got reality shows that are running rampant right now and making millions and millions and millions of dollars. But before professional wrestling became pop culture, nobody gave a damn about a reality show. Because what they did was take people and turn them into characters and use the word reality. If anybody knows what the real word reality really means, they would get exactly what they're talking about. So all of that's a part. All of that's a part of what pro wrestling created. And to me, John F. Kennedy, if you want to talk about president, was one of the most revered presidents we ever had. And he was only in office for 3.5, wasn't even in office his full term, almost 4 years, 3 years and 8 months, whatever it may be. One of the most beloved presidents known to man. But John F. Kennedy was the biggest hoe chaser on earth.
Marilyn Monroe.
So we're gonna take everything this man did and stood for because he cheated on his wife. Because the greater good overrides that, especially for African Americans. When African Americans were trying to get to college and stuff like that, and the white racists wouldn't let them. Who sent the army guys down there to make sure that the National Guard down there to make sure they got in?
JFK.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can't demagogue a man's legacy over a gaffe, whether it's about racism or not. Because like I said, I understand the difference between a man's inside and a man's eyesight. And like I said, how many black professional wrestlers, even myself, have you ever heard anything bad about? And we right there, he could have fucked over all of us. Right or wrong?
Yeah.
You're right.
He could have told Kamala, go sit your ass over there. I don't want to work with you. Did he do that?
No.
Junkyard Dog, I don't want you on this cartoon with me. Did he do that?
No.
Harlem Heat giving them a push. Shh, who the hell, what they ever done? Did he do that?
Nope.
He was crazy enough, and this is the only thing I got to say. You put your daughter in the studio with them dudes? I could have talked to him about that. Now, I could have helped him out on that one. Huh?
What's really prolific, Stevie, and I got to tell you this, man. I don't know if you've ever told this story about the push, but you and your brother, keep it real. You are up there with Doom and all the other brother tag team.
Man, I can't believe you're gonna bring up a Doom in the same sentence with Harlem Heat.
No. Growing up,
it ain't even
didn't
close.
have a lot of black people. Listen,
what did Joker been?
We had Rocky Johnson, Tony Atlas. I remember. You had Doom. You had U2.
No disrespect.
There was a couple. What I'm saying is,
yeah, I'm trying. I want to hear this.
He didn't have a lot of black tag teams, and to know that Hulk Hogan vouched for y'all.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
That changes a lot of I
see where you're going.
And it goes.
I see where you're going.
He saw something in you because let's keep it real. I don't get stretch marks on my lips, and I ain't got no loose asshole, so it ain't no funny business. But y'all should have had.
I appreciate that.
Way more motherfucking success. Way more than you have. I'll keep it real. So somebody up there wasn't seeing Book and Stevie the way Hogan saw you guys for him to.
Of course.
So
and that's why I told the story.
That's like wait, how many people Hulk Hogan pushed Harlem Heat? What? Like never knew that.
In essence, he didn't push anything. He told them, give them an opportunity. And any African American in this world knows that's all we ask for.
Yeah. And that changes.
That's all we ask for. I don't want shit for nothing. I ain't nobody's buddy. Because if I'm doing something because of somebody else, that means I got to kiss your ass. And I don't do that very well.
Yeah. As my grandfather said, I'll kick it before I kiss it.
Yeah, I don't do that very well. Or I got to have an allegiance to you. I'm not that kind of person.
It changes the conversation.
But no. Everything. That's why I brought it up on the show. Because a lot of people don't know that. And that's why I'm saying when you talk about racism, that means you are implementing power over someone.
Gotcha.
That's what racism is. You're implementing power over someone. Doing a racist act or saying a racist word, like my mother used to say, sticks and stones may hurt my bones. Don't worry about if somebody say something about your mom at school. They can't hurt me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Now, and that's why I brought up Terry Taylor. It's one thing when people are doing something to hurt people. Or giving Kamala working on top, and he ain't even making what the guys on bottom are making. That's racism.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get this stuff misconstrued. I'm not making excuses for nothing and nobody. I'm just telling people and trying to educate them on how shit works. It's a difference. With the word race is one thing. Racism and where it comes from is another. Because at one time in this country, nobody was identified as white, black, and other.
Yeah.
All this started to control the masses. If you go back years ago. But I'm just saying, but that's just me because I'm into that kind of shit. So I know how to bring it to light. But what I'm saying is this is just how I look at the world. I can't look at a man for saying the N-word and say he should be demagogue for the rest of his life or his legacy should be tarnished. And the very people that y'all are talking about that's making all these assertions on social media, the majority of them are white. The majority of them are white.
I've seen don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all black people, but I've seen a majority of the black people I've seen online have been pro Hogan and didn't
exactly
like, oh, he said what he said, and we should forgive him. He's dead. And I'm just my whole view on this whole
shit
thing
is crazy.
Hulk Hogan, again, I wasn't surprised one bit when all that shit came out. Not one bit. So for me, nobody can deny the impact that Hulk Hogan had on the wrestling business.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think this is going to tarnish his overall legacy at all.
I hope not.
But I think on both sides, people need to understand if certain black people feel some type of way about Hulk Hogan, then you got to respect that. And if some black people feel a certain way, you got to respect that too. Clearly, he had some kind of influence on their life that got them feeling some type of way. Yep. It is what it is.
He referred to black men as niggers, but yet he gave Harlem Heat. He put in the word to give them an opportunity. How do you balance that out? You know what I mean? It's like
when I look at this situation,
no, I'm just saying, like
no, I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying,
like hating what Stevie Ray saying, like, and then other people like, fuck that. Once you say the N word is over. So these are the things we have to balance. Like he said the N word.
Exactly.
He gave an opportunity. So how do you calibrate that? How do you compute to say, You know what I mean?
But it's like I said, you ain't heard no black wrestler say nothing bad about Hulk Hogan. Let's stay in the wrestling business. Let's not go in the general public.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Hulk Hogan, like I said, is no different than any white man in the continental United States of America that went through the American educational system. You're going to come up around other white people calling people nigger. That shit is in you. It's in you. For anybody out there that's listening to this podcast right now, that you get up every day and work with your white contemporaries in your office every day thinking they ain't never said racist shit, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Yeah, you're delusional.
Yeah.
You're out of your goddamn mind. So you don't pick and choose. Just because you ain't heard it don't mean it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that for a fact because I just illustrated. I done had friends of mine make that gaffe right in front of my face.
And again, that's
and
why
felt like he wanted to die because, like I said, just like an alcoholic, you're suppressing it. I gotta be a good person. I shouldn't be racist. I know I grew up, my mom and my dad and my uncles telling me, nigga this, nigga that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm trying to get that shit out of my system. Just like an alcoholic or a drug addict. Then all of a sudden, bam, your mind take one move this way or one move that way, and then what? It comes out.
You know what? If I could add something right quick, I wonder since he's been doing that for so long, like I guess maybe he recognized early in his career that having black people that as my ally is going to work and benefit for me a hell of a lot longer than than me doing the opposite of that, right? So I wonder when
I don't really understand. I don't really understand what you're saying. Restructure that.
So you said you never heard black people say anything bad about Hogan. You think
I said I've never heard any black wrestlers.
Black wrestlers, right? But what I'm saying is, do you think he did that by design?
Well, see, that's the thing. He wasn't always
my allies better than my enemies.
He wasn't you got to take this into consideration. He wasn't always Hulk Hogan then.
Yeah.
You're speaking from the Hulk Hogan that was on top. Hulk Hogan didn't start out on top.
Oh, I understand that. Sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So when you on top, that's when you really can implement your racist bias.
Yeah.
Helping a black man back in those days made you more of a person that's not going to be on top.
Agreed, and I understand that.
Because you talking about back in those days, you're working in the territories.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You're working in the territories. And I'm telling you right now, if you showing some kind of, you need to listen to the Teddy Long interview. You know what I'm saying? Where he said Gary Hart, how all these motherfuckers like Ric Flair and them was fucking with him. But see, nobody looks at Ric Flair like a racist. You heard Teddy Long tell the whole world that this man called him a nigga right to his fucking face.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Who gave a shit about that?
Nobody.
And Ric Flair is beloved, especially in the hip hop community.
You dig what I'm saying? And I can tell you this, I knew that way before. I'm cool with Rick, but I knew that way before Teddy Long ever put it out there for people to see it. What I'm talking about is the hypocritical mentality that people have when it comes to things like this.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
You think
people can think what they want.
Do you think Hulk may have established some kind of level of like delusional comfort, which is why he introduced his daughter to that hip hop crowd?
No, I think he was trying to get his daughter to the next level by financing her. You know what I'm saying? In the music business, and we all
has all the money in the world. He could have done that with anybody else, but the hip hop, that specific.
But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is this. I don't know what was coming out of that studio because she put an album out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those guys could have been, even though they're hip hop guys, they could have been doing pop music also. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a music connoisseur.
Right. Who writing your songs or who writing your rhymes?
Right. Exactly. But what I'm saying is, I'm just talking about the guys that was working in that studio because I seen somebody else years ago do a little thing on it. You know, when that whole situation came down, and I can't remember if it was YouTube or something that did a little thing on that whole thing, and I was like, oh wow, man, okay. You got the little brothers in there with the hat turned sideways and blah blah blah, and they all cool with Hogan because Hogan want to be down just like everybody else do. Okay, if I'm down with the brothers, I'm down with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no different.
Right. Right.
But his could have been my daughter because I wouldn't have been down with nothing.
Yeah.
Like my boy B Street said.
No,
yeah. I don't think he walked into that situation thinking my daughter's gonna end up dating one of these.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was just they just gonna help her make some music because this is what she want to do. Like you said, I'm down with these brothers. He did not think it was gonna come out. They was gonna be clapping.
But what I'm saying, because of how big it got, because it got real big because of him. Now let's say Teddy Long, when he told that story about Ric Flair, let's say Ric Flair was as big as Hulk Hogan. Don't you think A Current Affair and all these other places would have picked that video up and ran it on television?
Yeah.
And if Ric Flair, was as big as Hulk and worked for the biggest organization in the world, you see what I'm saying? You see how they pick and choose?
Yeah.
How they pick and choose. And that ain't the first story I done heard about Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. Now, me and Rick are cool nowadays, but I'm going to be honest with you. Back when we worked in WCW, I didn't say nothing to Ric Flair, but I knew what he was. I knew what he was. Wow. And a lot of people don't realize that little black kids admire you also.
Yep.
These guys are from the South, man. These guys still think the damn Revolutionary War is still going on, man. Seriously. That's taught to them in school.
That's the illusion. And that's scary because that's the illusion, the wrestling world. Like on the outside, that's my favorite wrestler, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan. But behind, like you, Stevie Ray, you'd be there like if you only knew, like boom, 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 right? Boom, like like on TV, woo, strutting. But in that locker room, when you find out, if you really know these dudes, you'll be like, oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? But then over time, they start seeing, oh, wait a minute, man. I've been this way all my life, and black people like me too. Well, I've been a heel so long, he never knew that he was influencing young black kids. Yeah. You remember those guys that put him in the video?
Yeah,
made a whole song about him.
Yeah,
remember those kids?
Yeah, Migos.
What you think I was saying when I saw that video?
What the fuck?
Knowing what I know. What you think I was saying? What you think I was thinking? You ain't got to say it. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
I was about to say it. All right.
If they only knew what I knew.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying there's more ways to approach this than everybody putting everything in a box and making it this, that, and the other. Whereas 100%. Most people don't even know how to articulate what racism really is and what it curtails when you come to a conversation about it. That's all I'm saying. I can't judge a man on a gaffe. I can judge him. That's why I brought up John F. Kennedy. I can't judge a man for a gaffe. I can't judge a Lyndon Johnson who put in the Voting Act and things like that, and who was one of the biggest racists on earth. But what is he known for? You see what I'm saying? Lyndon Johnson, a man who allegedly had his own sister killed. Yes. But Who did Martin Luther King to go to get those acts passed? Lyndon Johnson. Why he did it? I don't know. But at the end of the day, he's a known racist from right here in Texas. But at the end of the day, what would he be known for the rest of his life? You see what I'm saying? The Civil Rights Act and the Voting Act.
What were you saying, Matt?
No, I said that, you know, when we was talking about Hogan, when I heard it, how I felt personally as a fan and as a content creator, you know, I had to give my spiel about his contributions, what he did to the business, blah, 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 blah. And I had to snap into the Macho Man and give my perspective as the Macho Man and just cut a promo on him. But, you know, I think ultimately it comes down to being hurt, you know, like, you know, everyone was inspired by Hulk Hogan, like, for what it's worth.
Right.
I got my ass whooped, ripping my shirt. I remember one show, I forgot what it was. I ripped my shirt with his ass. All that, every video game. My cousin, if he was here, he would clown me right now. It's like, motherfucker, you was Hulk Hogan. So I, you know, dead ass serious, man. I thought the leg drop was the best fucking move in the goddamn world. It was the weakest fucking move in the world.
But actually, it's all how it came together at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now the leg drop is weak.
Yeah.
But how they go into it, brother, you can't wait.
Come on,
you can't wait till he hit.
Yep.
The kick out,
the one he did on Andre
the kick
the Giant,
out, the Hulk up, the boot, the leg.
But you know what? You know what? Let's just keep it real. No, you know what's funny? No one ever thought like, oh, this is gonna happen. Like after a while, like Book doing the spinner room. Like you knew when Book was in the ring, it's gonna be a spinner room. It was a no-brainer.
Right.
Hulk Hogan's match, for some odd reason, he was gonna lose. I don't know how they did it. He was gonna lose. Fucking King Kong Bundy does the avalanche, come off the rope, do the big splash. It's over. Who kicked out of the sidewalk slam from Big Boss Man?
Nobody.
Hulk Hogan. This is it for the championship. Big Boss Man won.
Hogan killed all finishes.
And
Hogan killed everybody's finish, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said,
it's almost like if Hogan kick out, you can't do that finish no more. Because it don't hurt nobody no more, man.
This week,
you know,
when he did.
Let me tell you this, Matt. Let me tell you this.
He took 5 from Macho Man. Was it WrestleMania? Right. He took 5 of them, and he kicked up outside your barrier.
Well, like I say, from a wrestling analogy, Hogan was what he was.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think we're talking about his career in the ring.
Outside.
I mean, he just died, and we're talking about his legacy, how it should be remembered.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Vince Russo yesterday asked me, what kind of relationship did you have with Hulk? I said, man, me and Hulk was cool, especially after I had told him about what happened. But I said, I'm going to tell you this, and I'll tell everybody when they see this, when we drop the show next week. I'll tell everybody this. Of all the conversations I've had with Hulk Hogan, do you know we have never, ever, one time talked about professional wrestling?
Really?
Not one time.
Wow.
You know what we talked about every time we seen each other and talked to each other?
What?
Hot rods and motorcycles.
Okay.
That's it. I'm waiting to talk to him about, because most people are not into those things like we are. Yeah. Classic hot rods and motorcycles. So whenever we sit down and talk, we talk about, oh my God, the cars from the 60s and early 70s and Harley Davidsons and all that kind of shit. Because I was into that and he's into that. The only time we ever talked about pro wrestling, I still remember it to this day. Because you got to realize something. When you do something for a living, that's the last thing I really want to talk about sometimes. But most people don't have the same hobbies that you have. So those were two things Hogan and I had in common. We loved old hot rod. And Big Show also. Big Show also was also in those conversations, talking about the old Plymouths and Fords and Barracudas and Camaros and the motors and the transmissions, you know, stuff I love and grew up around. So one time we talked about pro wrestling is when they were bringing Jay Leno, when they went on the Jay Leno show, and then ended up having Jay Leno wrestle at a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
That was the only time, because I was like, hey man, what's all that about? He was like, man, I just think if we do that, man, we can take this thing to the next level, man. We need to be rubbing shoulders with the guys out there in California and stuff like that, in Hollywood. And I was like, okay, yeah. That was the only time, that brief conversation. I have never talked with Hulk. I talked with Hulk Hogan about him putting in the word for us and the Jay Leno show that would pertain to wrestling. Other than that, it was about everything else but wrestling. Now, ask me what I ever talked with Ric Flair about.
Nothing.
Wrestling.
Nothing.
Not a goddamn thing.
Nothing.
If it didn't have something to do with what we were doing or how you doing, brother? What's up, brother? You know, that kind of stuff. Never had a conversation. The first conversation we ever had was when the cat and I let his son didn't have a ride, and we was on the road one weekend, and his son didn't have a car, and he was too young to get a rental car. That was the first time me and Rick had ever talked. Remember I brought that up, Mike?
Yeah, on the interview. Yeah.
When we were, that was it. Now, after that, after we all retired and everything, yeah, we talk all the time whenever we see each other. That's real talk.
You and Cat didn't turn that young boy out, did you?
Yes. Yes, we did.
I mean, don't you remember?
Yes.
Don't you remember when he turned crazy as shit?
I missed your podcast on him, but he seemed like a cool ass dude, man.
Who's that?
The cat, that cat
Yeah,
dude.
Cat.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good brother, man.
He seemed like he's hella
He,
cool.
he is, man. Yeah. He had to get it. That was his.
I'll turn him out.
That was his ritual. That was his introduction to professional wrestling, and he had to do it with two brothers. Now, you go back and ask David, how many N-words did he hear that weekend? Go back and ask him. And we told him, man, we not about to stop how we talk because you in the car.
Yeah.
You got that, right? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm cool. So it was like, and he can't, don't try to get in the conversations, man, because this ain't about you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right, then shut up, nigga. Shut the door. Let's
go. And every time he tried to say, hey, man, and try to interject, we're like, man, didn't we tell you to sit your ass down there and shut up?
He was just an extra piece of luggage, huh?
Huh?
He said David Flair was just an extra piece of luggage.
Yeah. No. And then we got to Nitro.
That weekend.
We get to Nitro, right? That Monday. I can't remember what city we was in. He done told everybody about this weekend that he rode with me and the cat. And he was in catering, doing me how I talk and how the cat talked. to the other guys, had them all laughing and stuff like that, man. He was the best. He's not the best weekend.
It was probably the funnest car ride he ever experienced in his entire life.
And that's what he said. Mm-hmm. That's what he said.
Before and after. Yeah.
Can you even tell me on the air what y'all did with that boy that weekend?
That's what I'm saying. You know, like, hey man, get our bags. Make sure you get our bags. And make sure you straighten up all the bags in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? And you sit in the back, you know, just like a episode of Beverly Hillbillies, okay? You just sit in the back, up on that gimmick that Granny sit on way up at the top, and me and the cat can have a brother-to-brother conversation.
That's right.
Okay? We got to have a brother-to-brother. Because you know how me and Cat talk. Oh, you ain't never been around me and Cat. Me and Cat talk like,
I can only imagine.
Like two jokers off the corner. Huh?
The same way me and Cat talked the first time I talked to him. Probably the same way him and CT was talking to each other.
Exactly. That's how me and Cat talk every day whenever we talk to each other.
Just on some real shit. That's all. That's all it is.
I mean, I'm just saying because you got to realize being in the business, you have to be a certain array around the guys.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
So when you with your people, you can open up. You can,
especially if he in the business like you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we ain't talking about wrestling. We talking about everything else. We talking about, oh my God, I ain't even go into it. You can just imagine, bro. Shit.
All right, fellas. So I'm gonna have to cut this off. We didn't even get into Starrcast because I got a dinner date with my wife, and she gonna kill me if I don't get on here and get up.
Yeah, I don't want you to get thrown out the second floor window.
We got to come back and definitely do the recap of Starrcast. I kind of figured this Hogan conversation was gonna take up a lot of it, but I will get with you fellas. We got to come back, definitely do a recap of Starrcast. I'm dropping those interviews. For the people watching, I'm dropping those interviews on a daily basis. Just getting ready to drop the one with Paul White that me and Stevie did. And did you edit out the Big Show? Did you edit out the Big Show? You left it in? Oh man, he told you to take that out. No, actually, I forgot.
He told you to take that out.
I haven't put it out yet, so I'll go back and edit that out. You know, that's the Big Show.
Well, I called him the Big Show, right in front of all the fans.
Oh yeah, that's right. You sure the fuck did. Yeah.
Damn. I'm glad you brought that up because I sure forgot you did that shit. So I got to go back and bleep that out. Damn it! All right.
That was a gaff. That was a gaff on my part, man. Anybody can do them.
So actually, I'll drop that interview tomorrow. So guys, be on the lookout for that one. But I got plenty more. Just dropped the one with Ric Flair. I still got RBD. Mickey James, Willow Nightingale, Mark Briscoe, Sting interview coming up, which my boy Matt was a part of. So you guys will be seeing him. We got a lot more stuff in the works, guys. So definitely be on the lookout. Let me thank my guest,
tell CT.
Stevie Ray. Rich, what'd you do? Tell CT what?
Tell CT we made him look good. We did everything to make him look good.
He already gave you props, Stevie. He's like, man, you couldn't have found a better. I ain't gonna say what he said. You can't find.
Well, I want you to say what he said.
That motherfucker did a good ass job.
And tell him to kick out. Tell him to do a Hogan. Tell him to do a Hogan. Tell him to kick out.
On that slow
I don't think you want to hear what CT got to say about Hulk Hogan. That was a whole conversation we had earlier today.
Hey, I should have had Macho Man say something about goddamn Hulk Hogan, man.
Yeah, go on to close this
like out. I say, that's one of the guys. That's one of the guys. Remember I said who always got heat with Hogan.
Macho Man, dog.
I can tell you this much, bottom line up front, we had a little static because I was back there and Hogan came around signed that and things went sour there. But
I think Hogan tried to stash his wife.
Oh,
I think he tried to hide. I think Hogan
gave a whole other meeting.
I see it in your eyes, Hogan.
I think Elizabeth. Then Elizabeth tried to hide at Hogan's.
Yeah.
Then she tried to hide at Hogan's. And Macho Man found out about it.
That's what the original falling out was about.
Yeah, you got us.
Oh, you know who told me about that? No, told me about that.
Fred G. Sanford. Fred G.
No.
Sanford.
Brian Adams. Remember Brian?
Yep.
Yeah,
that
was my boy, man.
Crush.
What? Brian Adams? What?
Yeah.
Crush. Yeah.
Because he stayed down there in Tampa.
Yeah.
And he cool with Bubba the Love Sponge.
I heard it on. I can't remember who was telling the story, but
yeah. Boy, that made me laugh, man.
He went to stay with Hogan and his wife, and some shit happened, and woo.
If your wife came to my house, Mike, I'm gonna be texting you.
Hey, your wife over here.
Hey, Mike, she's over here, brother. I don't want you coming over here starting no shit. But you can come over and act like you don't know she here. You come knock on the door. Hey, Stevie, have you seen my wife? No.
Damn. Hogan fooled Randy's old lady, man.
Yeah, somebody rattled her out, man. She been Hogan's, man.
And on that note, I'm killing this stream right now.
Hey, hold on. Hogan had another idea of mega powers. He had some other shit up his sleeve.
Hey, man.
I don't think so, man. I'm gonna tell you something before we leave. Another person that I've never ever had a conversation with was Elizabeth. Other than hey, Elizabeth, hi and bye. Until one day they sent me and her to this big convention in San Francisco together. Why? I don't know. Because I said, well, y'all can't find nobody to go. And they was like, well, Stevie, you always dress real nice, so we know you got nice clothes and you can. I was like, oh my God. So I went out and did it. And this was the first time that I ever had conversations with Liz, because we were there representing WCW with all these other companies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, she was dating Lex Luger.
Lex Luger.
And then when we got back to the Nitro the next week, he was like, man, I appreciate you taking care of my girl. She think you the craziest son of a bitch she ever met. You know, like, because guess what? I didn't do nothing but talk about everybody behind their back in the place. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do nothing but talk about. I said, Liz, look at this motherfucker right here. Liz, look at that studio he got on. Come on, Liz. You know, don't nobody supposed to be dressed like that, you know. And then the people are coming from to meet us, because you know we have to have a little name tags and stuff on, you know. Yeah. And then you know you straighten up. Hey, how you doing, sir? Yeah, Stevie Ray. You know, Miss Elizabeth and stuff like that. And we'll be doing our corporate stuff. And then when the dude walk away, look at that toupee on his fucking head. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And she was in stitches the whole time. We did that the whole fucking thing, man. I'll never forget that. She's a good lady, man. I'm telling you. She's a good lady.
Just say she was a really nice woman. I've heard a couple.
Oh my God, man! Really nice. We had so much fun together, man. So much fun together that one night. But I just want to bring that up, brother.
The next time I have you on, my favorite Miss Elizabeth was cool, but you had a personal relationship with one sensational Sherry. I got to hear some.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. I was gonna ask if we had time to wrong.
The only stories I got about Sherry is. Only stories I got about Sherry is when she hurt other guys. That's it.
Was she tall?
She got tall.
She was whooping their ass, wasn't
she?
Sherry was the stiffer than any male wrestler you ever met.
Hey, watch this, Mike. Hey, Mike, watch this. Watch this. Was he stiffer than Vader?
Yes.
Damn.
I done seen Sherry make people stop. I done seen Sherry hit people so hard they stopped selling.
Damn, for real?
True story. The true story, bro. True story. Dude selling Sherry, bam! What? You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh my God, Sherry. She didn't hold back on nothing. Damn. If she give you a nut shot, you better go down. Or another one is coming, and it's gonna be harder than the first one.
Damn.
Oh my God, I miss her. I miss her so much.
But you know what? I was a huge fan of Sherry. Like she was real. Her and I was a huge fan of Sherry and Luna.
Luna Vachon.
Luna with the stripper head, like
Luna was a good girl too, man. She was a good girl.
I really loved her gimmick, man.
Yeah, she was a really good girl.
As a fan, I really thought Luna Vachon was crazy as fuck.
Yeah, I thought she was batshit crazy.
As a wrestler, Mike. So did I.
That's what I'm saying. Just how believable she made that character.
Yeah, like she made her character
believable that y'all actually thought.
Like Sherry looked like the type of woman that would beat your ass in real life. Like
hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, she would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She had that. It's something about her eyes and her face. It looked like fuck wrestling. I'll beat your ass in real life. That's what Sherry looks like.
Sherry's the real deal, man. The nicest chick you ever want to meet, but I wouldn't want to be like in a relationship with her, man. I'd be scared to go to sleep at night.
Right? There is no Dana. It's only Zool. Like, baby, what the hell? Hey,
right, let me get off here.
Before we close out, I just got a question, Stevie Ray, personal. In All In, like I told you, I've always wanted to be a wrestler. I know I'm over the hill. I'm 47. But I'm really looking into really venturing in that. And I was wondering if I can get your blessings, or
brother, I'm gonna tell you this: follow your dream.
Well, I'm asking if you can, if you could be a mentor, help me. Like, I don't know shit about this, and I think we have.
Only thing I can tell you is this, brother: follow your dream. Follow your dream. You know what I'm saying? It's a gleam. It's a gleam out there, brother. That's how I've always looked at life. Follow your dream, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're ready to put in the wrench time at this age, follow your dream. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you, man, I'll tell anybody this. Professional wrestling, getting into professional wrestling today, and I'm not trying to discourage your ambitions or anything like that, but getting into professional wrestling today is totally different than the way it used to be. Totally. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, back when we got trained in the late 80s, 89, 90, right in there, brother, it was only 10 guys, 9, 8 guys that we went to train together, and one girl, if that many. I don't even know if it was that many. Now you got 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 people signing up to get trained by who? Whoever got a school open in certain areas that's taking people money. It ain't nothing but a hustle nowadays. Okay. That's all. I'm gonna just be honest.
No, I hear you. No,
it ain't nothing but a hustle to get money from people nowadays, man. So it's totally different now. But I'm not trying to discourage you.
No, I hear you.
That's your dream, brother.
I just don't know. Like, I'm a plant here in Texas.
I'm just saying, I don't have anything to do with my brother. I don't have anything to do with pro wrestling anymore. We started the school together. I don't want to have anything to do with any of that shit anymore. I don't even like smelling the ring anymore, or the hearing people take bumps. I'm so far away from that with my goals and things I want to do that I will not let myself get pulled back into, other than on the side where I can be writing or expressing, you know, what I do artistically. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Seriously.
That's it. I know y'all started the school together. Did you just not enjoy that aspect of it, the training and working with the young folks?
Like I said, it had changed so much.
Yeah.
You know, it had changed so much, and everybody think they the next Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Or Randy Savage.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Even if I don't even take it nowhere, just get in the ring and just fuck around. I mean, you know, like I used to.
I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. Ain't nothing stopping you from doing that.
You know,
but I'm just saying, I would be sitting here wasting your time if I told you, yeah, man, I can come help you. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be able to. My mind is not there.
No, I got you.
My mind is just not there. If this was 10, 15 years ago, maybe. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But now, It's
also, too your podcast, Black and White. Where can I get that on YouTube?
It's on everything. It's on, I don't think it's on, you know, I think we put excerpts on YouTube, but not the whole shows.
Yeah, I've seen clips on there.
Where can I find your material? Because that
it's pretty much on all the it's pretty much on all the outlets. Just pull it up and see where it is.
Man, I'll send you some links, brother.
Like iTunes and shit, or
different things like that. Yeah.
Spotify too, I think.
Spotify, stuff like that. But like I said, we put little excerpts on YouTube just to make people go to the show.
Okay. Back to Muslim. No, because that seems like like talking to you, I don't know if you're gonna keep all this stuff in, you probably edit it, but like Mike told me talking to you, you really get a lot of wisdom and knowledge. And that's something at my age, like I gravitate towards that. So what you guys were talking about, you talked about your show, what you guys talk about everything across the board. When you mentioned,
we talk about a little wrestling, but we talk about everything. I talk about
I'm with that with the CIA.